for these companies, using your awesome skills and out there to save the world and expressing your passion. And that's why you love this thing so much, because you've designed the life you want, you understand your why, you're working in the industry already, you're producing videos and photos of you doing the thing and expressing your passion and why you love it so much. Before you know it, you will be in a position to say. On Friday, I posted a video titled, "Are you thinking of leaving your job?" And I know that there's a lot of people in that space right now because there's people being made redundant all over the place. I constantly hear about it. And I know that there was nearly 1,000 views on that video and only a couple of comments, which suggests to me that there are people thinking of leaving their job who don't really want to say that they're thinking of leaving their job. Okay, I get that. So I'm going to run through a process that I've walked a lot, probably hundreds of people through over the last 10, 15 years. I retired at 32 and all the people who were in my life had to go to shitty jobs. And that became my passion, which is why I teach goal setting, personal finances, and how to quit your job, start a business. So that I wanted people to hang out with me on the beach. This is the process. So if this is you, pay attention. I'm going to go fast because that's how I roll. Number one. Sorry that this is not perfect, but the content's going to be useful. Number one, I gave instructions the other day to design your new life. And I know that might sound like, oh, boring, like who needs to do that? If you are running away from what you don't want, the energy's all wrong, okay? If you design a life that you're really excited about, and I'm talking like for me, I never have any meetings until 10 a.m. I get up at 5, I have a lifestyle, my morning is beautiful, I knock off at 5 p.m. That's the life that I designed so I can go on holidays and all that sort of stuff. That motivates me to do the work. It motivates me to do this video. It motivates me to do a lot, everything basically. So you've got to design the life that you want to have so that if you are successful in your business and it makes lots of money, most people that make lots of money sacrifice their life and they end up not being happy with the result. So number one, design the life. And in fact, I'll give that a big red number. Number one, design the life you do want, because if you're leaving the life that you don't want, it's important to know what you're trying to do. Number two, more practical for some of you. You need to package your career skills. So let's say you're a brand manager or an account manager or an accountant or something like that. Inside your company, you don't just work as a brand manager or an account manager. You actually have some core skills that you bring to the company. So you need to spend the next few weeks, let's say, identifying what about you specifically makes you I'm assuming you're good at your job. Or maybe you're shit at your job. It doesn't matter, but what is it about you that is unique and special that you bring to the table? You'll see how this matters in a minute. So spend some time packaging your career. And it might not just be your career, it could also be your hobbies, your community, some of the trials and tribulations you've successfully been throughout your life. Think about that. Package your career. Write it down, okay? So with this process here, I recommend a mind map. Mind maps are really good ways to actually explore what you want to. This is a really simple way to do it. You've got B, things you want to be, things you want to do, things you want to have, and your habits. That's effectively your lifestyle. Habits and systems are the life that you end up getting. Whether you like it or not, that's the way it works. So you've got be, do, have, and habits. So for example, your new life might be, I want to be a dad. I want to do a safari. I want to have a Ferrari. Hey, they rhyme. And my habits are, I want to get up at 5, meditate for 20 minutes, do an hour of yoga, go down the beach, swim in the water, blah, blah, blah. Package your career. What I mean by that is actually create, let's say, a spreadsheet with a bunch of stuff that you're good at. So maybe you're good at people skills. Maybe you're good at arranging birthday parties. Maybe you're good at account management or some specific aspect of your career. Number 3, this is a really important one. Let's put a number 2 here first. And then number 3 is a big deal. Why? Consider your why. Consider your why. would you want to have a business? And if you think the business is just about you, you're wrong and you won't be successful. Your business has to solve a problem. So for example, if you grew up with some kind of, maybe you tackled a few mental health issues in your upbringing. There's a lot of people right now who are packaging their wisdom from that experience in their life and turning it into coaching content. For example, if you grew up and you went to 13 different schools, maybe you could teach parents how to assist kids when they're transitioning from one school to the next. Can you see, like, throughout your life, for me, I went through a process of sorting out my money that set me free. I retired within 3 years. I retired from having to work by being really detailed about my finances. That's why I package that, and that's one of the things that I sell. So in your life, what is it that would fire you up? What's a solution that you see a lot of people struggling with, and you're like, oh my God, why do people still struggle with it? Clearly they should just be doing this. That could effectively be your why. And your why doesn't have to be the why for the rest of your life. It's the why for now. It's what fires you up right now that you could quite happily get out to the world and basically here's you with a passionate big sign that says, don't do this anymore, or hey, here's the solution, la 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 la. That's what people do on social media. They're like, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You've seen me doing it for over 10 years. So next one is volunteer. Now this is what's going to be different to what probably anyone else on the internet is saying. Well, that's not true, but it's probably not something you've considered. And it is the hack to quitting your job and starting a business and having a free life where you can design your actual real new world. So this is number 4, and it's a big idea. Well, it's not a big idea, but it makes a big difference. And I don't hear any other people talking about it, and I don't usually share it publicly. What you want to do is find 3 companies. So this is effectively an expression of your values. What do you care about in the world? What is it that you would like to change about the way the world currently is? You're standing out there being like, hey, don't have mental health issues, do this thing. Or don't struggle when you change to a new school, do this thing. Or look after your kids when whatever it might be. That's your why. Volunteer. So go out and find ideally 3 small local companies that are doing this. So on the internet, you can find pretty much anything, right? If you could find 3 companies, 3 local startups, let's say it's a mental health thing. That's an easy example because it's quite common right now. If you can find 3 startups in your local area, 3 coaches or consultants or little businesses or apps that are being built that are trying to solve that problem or something similar to what you care about, what you can do is take these amazing career skills that you've identified here and put yourself in the middle of 3 startups that are doing that are trying to solve this problem. And you put yourself in the middle and say, hey guys, I'm really good at that. I've been doing it for a long time. How about I volunteer for you for whatever you can afford? Maybe it's an hour a week, maybe it's an hour a fortnight or an hour a month at minimum, and say, hey, listen, I've been doing this as a career for a long time. For example, maybe you're good at Excel sheets and these guys are trying to fix their database, or the founder is so creative that they haven't even thought about their database. So you could take your database skills from your account management career and go and find these 3 companies that are solving that mental health issue that you're passionate about and say, hey guys, I'm really good at this. I love what you're doing. Can I volunteer and help you out? And I'll bring my skills from my career and solve that problem for you for free because I love what you're doing, right? So subsequently, what that does is positions you as a KPI, a key person of influence, key person of interest, really. Because next thing you know, you are in the middle of that problem being solved. And if you were to take this to the next level and find 5 or 6 companies that are all trying to solve that problem, it doesn't have to be the exact problem, but if it's something to do with dogs, you can find a dog walking company, a dog food company, a pet service, and a vet. You could position yourself in the middle and say, hey guys, I'm an Excel wizard from being an account manager for 15 years. I'm thinking of leaving my job and I'd love to work in the dogs world because I love dogs. And so you go and volunteer your time for, let's say, 3, 4, 5 different companies that are in the dog world, and next thing you know, you're in the middle. And not only does that give you exposure to the industry, where you get to see what other problems need to be solved and where your Excel or account management skills can be applied into that industry, but not only that, it also puts you connected with other people who already have extensive networks and have been pushing that thing for a long time. So that positions you as a key person of influence in that industry. This is all before you quit, okay? This is to be done outside of your work hours. And one of the things that I see way too often is people quit their job because they're running away from what they don't want because they didn't do step 1 first. And next thing you know, they've spent all their savings, they've gone to Bali, they've spent it all on gurus, and they've run out of money, and now they don't work for Westpac anymore, but they work for ANZ, right? They don't work for the red company, now they work for the blue company, they're doing the same thing, but now they've got no savings, and they've burned their enthusiasm because they thought it was going to be simple, but it ain't. It's not simple, and this is a really key strategy to make it a lot easier and massively increase your chances of success. Number 6, of course, as you're doing this, you're going to learn a bunch of stuff because you're going to be helping the dog companies, the pet food company, the vet, the dog walking company, and the dog sitting company, and the app that helps you find a dog sitter, etc., etc. You're going to learn all about the dog world, right? And so what you need to do, of course, is build your profile. So that's called share. Share your story, share your work. So before you know it, you're going to have 100 photos of you with cute dogs, of you understanding the issues, understanding the dog industry, and you're going to have some insights from your account management, whatever, issues, skills, and you're going to have to share those. You're going to have to, and that's just the way it is. You need to do videos. You need to take photos. And there's a doggy, yay. There's you with the dog, with a smile. And you're going to have to get some kind of testimonials. Now, of course, if you're volunteering for these companies, using your awesome skills and out there to save the world and expressing your passion, and that's why you love this thing so much, because you've designed the life you want, you understand your why, you're working in the industry already, you're producing videos and photos of you doing the thing and expressing your passion and why you love it so much, before you know it, you will be in a position to save the world. And in this case, the dog world, okay? Now, whatever that passion thing is for you, this is a process that you can go through. It's a 7-step solution. Let's call it a 7-step solution. I don't really have a name for it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but if you're looking to quit your job and you want to start a business and you want to have an online business where you work as a consultant in the industry that you love using your best skills, so that you can drink green smoothies under a waterfall in Bali in the right season and the right time of year while working from a laptop and just being on purpose, this is a great way to do it. And of course, when you learn how to do this once, in the future, you might not like dogs anymore and now you want to help dads, whatever it might be. The same strategy applies again, because then you find dads who have dogs and you do it all over again. Da-da-da-da-da. So that's a 7-step solution that I hope you actually follow through on, because it does work, and I hope you can see the logic in it. My name is Stacey. I want you to have a fucking awesome life, and this is a great way to do it. But don't quit your job until you've got traction. You need this stuff first, and the best way to get this stuff is to do it like that. That's what I think. That's what a lot of my friends have done, but not enough people. And if you're in a job you don't like, start now. But start with this. Start with number 1. And if you don't know how to do goals, let me know in the comments below and I will in detail explain how that's done, because most people get it wrong. And if you could see the walls around me, you'd see that this is something I am an expert in. I've been doing for 10 years. Much love. Have a great day. You're amazing. Don't tell your boss.